Good morning, boys. Usual settings, morning walk, digestion drink. Beautiful morning as always. And we're back. We are sitting at just over 4 weeks out. We have officially entered the final month of contest prep, which is absolutely insane. The final month of what will be an 8-month prep, which is absolutely surreal. So, once again, another day closer, another day to do what we love, living the dream, chasing down our motherfucking goals. So we have got a full day of eating going down today on a high day. So I'm just waiting for Josh's response this morning. Obviously just checked in to just confirm the total macros for the day. Then I'll get the kind of day of eating laid out for you. But we've got a train day today, more on the cars. Once again, if you follow along, we are running high days on all my leg days in a minute as well. We also ran a high day yesterday, which was, kind of put in last minute, just because body weight has been plummeting down and just flattening off really easily, which is very, very easy for that to happen at this stage. But that's where we're at. We'll dive into that a little bit. But usual morning chat. Today's topic is going to be: you are a product of your environment, and I just want people to be a lot more kind of aware of that. Like, obviously when you're in your own environment, like, you don't realize at times how much it affects you. The people you spend the most time with in your circle, your friends, your family, like, to a certain extent, that is what you will become. You need to just be a little more aware of that. If you have toxic, negative people in your life who are dragging you down, you simply need to get them out of your life. It's that simple. So, and you don't realise how much of an anchor they are until you almost kind of lift that weight off your shoulders. So that is kind of what I want to discuss, just making sure that you are surrounding yourself with positive, correct people. I'm saying this, and a certain person, a certain group of people come to your mind when I'm saying this, then those are probably the people that I'm talking about. So, decisions, if you want to be the best version of yourself, progress forward, your environment, your circle should be uplifting you and helping you progress forward. They should not be dragging you down and making it harder for you. So that's just a little reminder and food for thought, as they say. So, high day going down today, leg day. I'll take you through a bit of my leg day, all my meals. I'll take you through a little cream of rice tutorial as well. I'll treat you to that as well. The newest meal in the plan, which is absolutely delightful. So that's where we're at. 29 days out to the WNBF Worlds out in LA. Another day living the dream. Let's freaking get it. And final thing as well that I wanted to mention as well is then once again, like, the importance of getting a coach by your side. Once again, as I said in last vlog, that's the best decision that I ever made when it comes to my bodybuilding. My progress was getting a coach, because what it does is, like Josh, for example, is my coach, and he is literally my best mate now, and that started with that coach to client relationship. But what people don't realise, especially with my coaching, is it's not just a training plan, it's not just a meal plan, it's very much to do with how the relationship itself and knowing how to get the most out of an individual, learning the individual, communicating, etc. Anyone can put a training / meal plan together, but when you get a coach, the correct coach, a good coach who genuinely puts 200% into your own process as much as they do their own process, which is what I do every single one of my clients to ensure that we're making the progress. If you give me that, same energy, same effort back, the progress is pretty cool, and I see that often there as well. So, and when you get that kind of coach / mentor by your side, like, that is your environment to a certain extent as well, and you're almost upgrading your environment as well. So that's just something I want to kind of go over there, and something that I feel is very, very positive when it comes to getting a coach. It's just, once again, just upgrading your environment, just making sure as well that you are getting the most out of your coach as well. That is all from this morning. Try not to keep these morning chats too long, but I do enjoy them. So that is some food for thought as always, and I shall see you for meal number 1 of the day, of today's high day. So let's go. Right, good morning people. We have had a busy morning, but meal 1 is here, and the total macros for the day as well is 500 grams of carbs going in. So as we kind of discussed in the last vlog, been a lot more assertive with these high days as well, and also this is the second high day in a row. So absolutely lovely stuff, and extremely grateful for the amount of food I can have, the quality of the food I can eat daily. So we have got meal number 1 going down, as you can see right now. So 150 grams of sourdough. We've got 15 grams of dark chocolate, which I've kind of melted on there, which is absolutely lovely. If you've not tried that, would highly recommend that. It's kind of like Nutella on toast, but just dark chocolate. Like, it's really nice. And we've got 175 grams of beef, 100 grams of green beans, and 80 grams of raspberries. Total macros coming out here is the first meal of the day. Training day, leg day, running 4 meals today, which will also run you through today. But busy morning ahead. I feel like I'm just on the go from the kind of get-go this morning. So apologies if I seem a little bit, you know what I'm saying, because I'm. Anyway, Dave's album just dropped as well today. Listened to the first few songs of that. I did get tickets for his concert as well, which is absolutely lovely. We've also got the Prague show tomorrow as well, which is really exciting. So I've got a little Nick Strength and Power on video on for this morning's watch. But yeah, also only got 6k steps today as well. So we'll just literally be doing walk after meals. I need to go to the shops as well for the pre-workout meal, because I don't think I have dark chocolate, so I need to get that. And then I will obviously make my post-workout meal as well, which I'll run you through, which will be the kind of cream and rice. So I'm going to eat this, enjoy this. That is meal number 1. I shall catch you when I catch you. Right, we have arrived. Let me tell you, prepping in the winter is not for the weak. It is not for the goddamn weak. I am bloody freezing 24/7, but that is one of the many joys of being in stage conditions. So yeah, the importance of a meal plan as well. I'm actually going to go in and buy the exact same stuff that I usually do, in and out job, couple minutes max, get some steps in as well, which would be nice. But as I said, very busy morning. Feel like I've been non-stop, but this is exactly what we love. I'm very grateful to be busy as well. And something that I was discussing last night in a consult call as well was something that I touched on this morning that I kind of wanted to just go in a little bit more depth with, is coaching. Again, like the importance of it, the many positives that it brings. Like, once again, like what he mentioned in the call last night was just the kind of perspective that I have on the process itself. And you know, you can see through these videos, if you follow me on Instagram, etc., the way I view my mindset towards the process, and that only bleeds and rubs off into all my clients. You know, as I say, passion breeds passion, and I truly do believe that, and I do believe that is what almost kind of separates me as a coach there as well. So little plug as well, if you are interested in online coaching, there will be a link in the description of this video, or you can just shoot me over a message over on Instagram and TikTok as well. But getting a shop in, doing the last little bits of work for the morning, getting ready for the day, getting ready for the big leg day ahead, which I'm very excited for. And once again, very much enjoying being in the gym, especially with just being a little bit more fresher, a little bit more food, kind of taking advantage of that, just feeling a little bit kind of more like myself in a way, you know. These kind of last week or two as well, when we're not kind of digging like we kind of were before the MBW, which it was kind of a tough time in prep, but once again an enjoyable time in prep. So gonna get the shop in and they go, which is Aldi, and I shall see you for most likely when we're making the post-workout meal and pre-workout meal concoctions. So yeah, goodbye.
Please scan an item, select another option, or finish and...
Right, mother effers, we are back for the actually preparing the post-workout meal and the pre-workout meal. We have just prepared the intra-workout and pre-workout stack, which I won't run you through, but it's just EAs, creatine, hydration, and then we also have, which I just picked up, the GOAT, which is the Rossi Monster. Absolutely beautiful. I could not find this for ages, so picked up a few at the shops. I literally feel like every time I film for YouTube, I'm always having a Monster, but I literally have like 1 or 2 a week just because it tastes good, to be honest. So that is honestly my favourite Monster, to be honest. It's very good. Honestly, just tastes like Fanta, but it is very, very good. So, as I said, into workout, we've got just a serving of EAAs, so 10 grams of EAAs, a little NPS spike halfway through the session, and then we've also got 20 grams of carbs in there. And in here we have our daily creatine and hydration, so that will just be 10 grams of creatine and then a serving of orange soda hydrofuel, which is very, very good. So busy morning, as I said, but we are preparing ahead, and that is crucial within your bodybuilding process, is to make sure that you are prepped ahead. So cream of rice tutorial going down. So this will be the post-workout meal. I like to just let this set in the fridge while I'm working out, so I'll come back, it's nice and cold. So my meal 3 and meal 4 is pretty much the exact same, just a little bit more cream and rice in the final meal of the day. Now, when it comes to your post-workout nutrition, like, there's not an anabolic window that you need to kind of hit, or you need to, replenish your glycogen stores straight away, because yes, our glycogen stores are going to be depleted as we work out. However, by the time you work that muscle group again, you're going to have had plenty of carbs, so there's no rush to get carbs in there, and it's not a sort of priority post-workout there. So that's why I do still like to place quite a lot of carbs in my final meal, just to help aid sleep there. So, right, human rice tutorial going down. So, we have got, for the post-workout, we're going for the white chocolate coconut. In the off-season as well, if you've been following along since then, I used to absolutely despise cumin rice. Now I absolutely love it. That's why I'm having, on my high days, I have it twice a day. Just because, once again, when it comes to like volume wise as well, you can obviously dictate the volume, so I can have a little bit kind of less volume in this meal, as well, just to kind of help aid digestion. Once again, I'm really enjoying this meal and it digests super well, so there's no reason not to. Now, first of all, boil the kettle. When it comes to water to cumin rice ratio, so anywhere between a 3 to 5 ratio will be sound. As on high days, when I'm having more, the ratio will be lower, just with slightly less volume. So I'm having 100 grams post workout, I'll put around 350 water in here. So I like to use boiling hot water in here. Let me just focus here. Multitasking here. 350 water in there. Bosh. And then get the cumin rice and then put that in there. Mix that up and then we'll put that in the microwave. So yeah, cumin rice, really solid. Once again, you can have kind of variety of flavours, and I'm absolutely loving it at the minute. So I'm just going to make this and I shall see you for the next step of the process. Right, next step of the process, we have got the cumin rice in here, the water in the bowl. You can use a whisk if you want. I use a fork, so I've not got a whisk. But I have heard that it does mix a little bit better, but this is no problem at all. So just mix this up. Easy peasy. Once again, like, why I'm having cumin rice as well is it's very easy to prepare, and it's, very good, as I said. So mix this in with the boiling hot water, and then we simply just stick it in the microwave for about a minute and a half, and it'll come out perfectly. So that is what we've got going on. If you've not tried cumin rice, I would definitely highly recommend, as it is very nice. In the off season, I definitely didn't make it properly, so that definitely didn't do me any wonders. But prep taste buds is absolutely amazing. So that is what we've got going on. This is what it should kind of sort of be looking like. Just a little kind of angel delight like texture. When you stick it in the microwave, it just makes it that kind of a little bit thicker there. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave for about a minute and a half, and that will come out perfectly. Next step of the process, this is how the cumin rice is currently looking. Absolutely perfect. Now, this is crucial. Dark chocolate, I've got 25 grams here. I'm going to put this on here so it melts, and I'll show you what that looks like. As well, just while I'm making this, when it comes to preparing your food, like, I'm literally got my rice on as well. You have time to prepare your food, and there's rarely an excuse to ever miss your meals. It's simply a case of you not caring enough, you not preparing. If you know the following day that you're working, etc., you have a busy day, then prepare your meals before. It's that simple. It really just comes, I know it might sound cringe or a little bit extreme, but it really just does come down to how bad do you want it at the end of the day. How bad do you want to achieve your goals? If you say you want to, lose a certain amount of body fat, get to this goal, look like this, etc., then your actions need to reflect that. You need to make sure that you're not missing your meals, and you are getting in your meals every single day. So just putting this dark chocolate on here, this is a key step of the process. So then let that kind of melt on there, and then I'll kind of just circle it around so that all the dark chocolate melts and there's a layer of melted dark chocolate, which is absolutely beautiful, and I'll show you the end result of this. We have the layer of cream and ice, the melted dark chocolate as the next layer, and now I'm going to put on my raspberries, my blueberries, and then leave that to settle in the fridge. I'll get my whey paste made up as well, which will be about a 1 to 1.5 ratio, and that will be the post-workout ready. As I said, I'll put that in the fridge, so it is cold, so I do like to have it cold post-workout, and that's pretty much the cream and ice tutorial, and then you just put all of those layers together, and I'll show you how that comes out when I'm eating it for the post-workout meal after. But now I'll run you through the pre-workout meal, which is just getting cooked up with the rice cooker here. Right, meal number 2, pre-workout meal, going down the absolute behemoth. 170 grams of carbs. We'll put up the total macros here. But what we have in this meal is 175 grams of uncooked sushi rice, 125 chicken, 50 grams of green beans, 1 caramel rice cake, 15 grams of dark chocolate, and 100 grams of pineapple with the beautiful Rossi, which will go down lovely. I'm going to take my time eating this. Got a little leg day video on for legs, which I'm very, very excited for. Feeling good. More than fueled for this session. Gonna get this down and I shall catch you for legs because I'm more than ready to eat this and get to the motherfucking gym. So let's go. Right, one last thing before we hit the road for legs as well. And I was actually discussing this in one of our client check-in this morning. And it reminded me when I was talking about the volumizing of the cream of rice that I kind of want to talk about. And when it comes to volumizing your food in general now, what we don't want to do is over volumize our food because that actually makes you more hungrier. You're not gonna, what you do when you volumize your food, you have more food in your gut, you literally expand your waist. So you expand your stomach, which means that when you, therefore, let's say you're higher days of food, you're having so much food in your gut and you're expanding your waist, which is physically going to lead you to have a larger waist. And we know within bodybuilding and just physique development how important it is to keep your waist small, as tight as possible. When you do that, you actually make yourself more hungrier because there's more space to fill up in your stomach. So what we don't want to do when we're in a diet phase, we're prepping, is volumize our food a whole lot, because that is going to lead to you expanding your stomach and actually making yourself more hungrier. So do not chase trying to, not be hungry, etc. Like, being hungry is actually a positive thing. Now, obviously, yes, there's a fine balance between not being absolutely starving, but once again, that's all comes to get down to perspective. And I've went over a lot of tips on how to kind of manage that correctly, but at the end of the day, you need to accept that hunger is going to be there. The way you eat your meals, the way you view the whole process is going to extremely benefit that kind of overcoming that challenge if that is something you struggle with. So make sure you're not chasing that kind of satiety and not being hungry by over volumizing your food, because you're just going to make it harder and worse for yourself. And that's kind of something that, a client, was almost kind of struggling with, just being really, really hungry. And, what they were doing was they were trying to kind of chase that fullness feeling by over volumizing their foods, which in return was just making them more hungrier and making the diet a lot harder. So once again, when it comes to coaching, it's problem solving. It's problem solving, making sure that you and your clients are communicating correctly. And I am a problem solver, and that is literally my job. So yeah, time for a big fucking leg session. I'll probably just talk to you post workout chat, running you over the leg session and how it was. So let's get it. Right, an absolutely immense leg session went down. I can't lie. I recorded this clip in my car, and half of it has cut out, so I'm just going to reiterate kind of what I said pretty much, and then the clip will continue on. But an absolute immense leg session, 4 weeks out, legs, lower / arm session, very, very good. And as I was kind of talking before the session, it was going to be a very, very good session, and that is the topic that I was saying was, I can't remember the last time I had a quote-unquote bad session. I've not had a bad session this whole prep. I can't remember the last time I dropped any performance, and that is because all of my external variables get ticked. There is rarely a reason why you should have a bad session, and all bodybuilding progressing is stacking these positive progressive sessions over time, taking it one day at a time, taking it one session at a time, making sure you're going in, you're doing the work that is necessary. And yeah, there's just no reason why you should have a bad session. Realistically, if you're on your shit, if you're ticking your boxes, if your routine's nailed, there's not a reason. And you know, in the 7 months that I've been prepping, obviously I've had busy days, I've had stressful days, I've had days where I've not felt 100%, I've had days where, you know, I didn't necessarily want to train. However, that's where the mentality, the perspective comes in, making sure that you're getting in the zone, you're preparing for your session, your sets, no matter how you feel. Because once again, as I was saying earlier, it does just come down to how bad you want it at times, especially when you're doing this long term. If you actually want to see substantial process, you're not going to feel 100% all the time, and you're not going to want to train all the time. Even though I have a massive passion for training, there's times where I don't necessarily want to be in the gym. You know, there's other stuff that I would want to be doing at times, but that's when it matters most, because guess what? That's where you get ahead. That's where you progress forward at the end of the day. So that's just a chat, making sure that you're not having bad sessions. Once again, if you are doing this properly, you've got your shit together, your routine, you're eating your meals, you're focused on recovery, your sleep's good. There's no reason why you should go in and have a bad session. So yeah, I just wanted to touch up on that. But lower slash arms, very good session. Legs highlights on here. So we started off with the leg extension, the prime leg extension, the best leg extension in the game, which was very nice. 2 sets there. We had 3 sets cable out crunch before that, and then moving on to the hip thrusts. So we did 2 sets there. So when it comes to hip thrusts as well, it's very easy, and a common mistake I see, especially when new clients come on board, is just moving weight from A to B. So we want to make sure that the heels are directly below the knee, so it's like kind of a 90-degree angle with your shin, and making sure that I like to add a slight pause kind of both ends of the movement, controlling that change of direction, make sure it's actually the glutes moving the weight, making sure we're actually being intentful and getting a good contraction with the glutes. Moving on to adductors, didn't get that filmed, and then moving on to the big old 2 sets on the Cybex leg press. Absolutely lovely. That's the kind of quote unquote kind of big hitter of the session. Once again, performance retained, and super happy with both of those sets. Post workout shots were very nice. The first time we've actually been kind of sort of spilled over, which is, you know, good, because physique is just freshening up a lot. And once again, we had a high day yesterday and today, and being a lot more aggressive with that. So once again, super positive kind of feedback and data from the body, to be honest with you. Which is really positive, and scale weight reflects that as well. The scale weight post workout was pretty heavy as well, so that is where we're looking. Very full, very spilled over. I'll be excited to see the post workout shots tomorrow. After upper, they will always be lovely, so they'll be cool to see. So yeah, very good leg session. Post workout shots were lovely, and it's time to go home to the cream of rice, which we obviously prepared earlier. I'll pop up some B-roll footage of that, and then the final meal of the day is the exact same, but just a little bit more cream of rice as well. So I'll run you through that when the time comes. But this meal 3 post workout, is 100 grams cream rice, 45 grams of whey, 100 grams of raspberries, 100 grams of blueberries, and then 25 grams of dark chocolate. Macros on screen now, which is absolutely lovely. So I'm going to sit and enjoy that. The beautiful cream and rice bowl, which to someone who's deep in prep is absolutely beautiful. And honestly, there's nothing else in the world that I would rather want right now than the cream and rice bowl. So gonna go home, munch that, and I shall catch you for the final meal of the day. Once again, just ticking the boxes, one day at my fucking time, trusting the process. 29 days till we compete in LA, but a solid like 20 days till we fly out, which is absolutely crazy. Living the dream. Progress. And I shall see you for the final meal of the day. Goodbye. Right, it is meal 4 time, pre-bed meal. Time to unwind and start relaxing. I'm going to show you what we have got going down. This is the nighttime stack. So once again, the exact same meal, prepped the exact same way as the post-workout meal, but we've just got 125 grams of cream and rice instead of 100 grams. And then we have got this as the whey drip on top, the pancakes, bacon and syrup flavour. Now, I know it may sound not nice, but it is absolutely beautiful. Josh gave me this for free actually, because he just absolutely hated it. Now, if you have tried this, please do let me know. what you thought of it. This was the April Fools that performed it, and they only released, like, it was limited edition, as you can see. They released this in like a KFC flavor. I did try the KFC flavor as well, and it was absolutely mega as well. So please do let me know if it is just my prep taste buds taking over. But yeah, peak off season beer on would be an absolute pieces. See me eating cream and rice and this wave flavour. And then nightcap, we have got Dream Sleep, full serving of that, and the blue light blockers will be going as well. Look at the state of these. This is some Robocop shit. It's because they're actually really good, because obviously I have glasses and I'll show you them when I have them on, but they're absolutely mega. And then the meal, which is currently in the freezer. Mr. Jogan, if you're watching his vlogs, lovely, 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 nice and freezing cold, ready to be devoured. Once again, I've showed you how to make this, prepped the exact same way, absolutely beautiful. Let's get the flash on here to show you that. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. So that is the full day of eating. 500 grams of carbs, 3,300 calories, just like that. Easy, goddamn peasy. Now for yous, 99.9% of people watching this, they're probably in the off season eating a similar amount of food that I am, and it just goes to show how easy it is to get it down. Even with myself, someone who has a very small appetite, I can easily shovel this food down. And honestly, when I do transition into the off season, because of just how much better I go about the process when it comes to my routine, the food sources, etc., like, I doubt I'm ever going to have a problem when it comes to getting nutrition and getting food down again. But touch wood, that happens. But yeah, another day successful. Once again, another step closer towards our goals. The Prague show is tomorrow as well for anyone who is interested in bodybuilding and follows along bodybuilding. The Prague Pro is tomorrow. We've got Keon's debut in Open, Samson's hopefully redemption after the Olympia, and then we also have got Crizzle in the lineup, James Hollingshead in the lineup, and Martin as well, whose video I was just watching there. So this video will be out. So tomorrow, so today's Friday, tomorrow will be the prejudging, and then Sunday will be the finals. I'm not sure when I'll get this video out, but my predictions, I'm going to put my predictions out there. So I think Samson is going to come back a lot better, because he's literally like 20 pounds up since Olympia. I think he's going to look a lot better. He's actually 300 plus pounds on stage now. Keon, debut in Open. It's a tough one. It's very hard to say, but I think he is going to come third. I think Martin's going to come second. Now, the reason why I say that, like, some people have Keon winning, which I think is absolutely crazy. Like, he has an absolute immense shape. He might be the best bodybuilder pound for pound, but at the end of the day, he's coming up against people like Samson, who literally has 80 plus pounds on him. And I think when he stands next to Samson, that is going to be almost kind of exposed the size difference. And Sean Cleader, who just done the Mexico show, he did Open there. He came third, and he placed behind someone who literally placed 15th in the Olympia Open lineup. So that, and Sean and Keon were battling out, and obviously Keon might be a bit sharper. I think he is a bit sharper, to be fair, but still, like, that in itself just has me a little bit iffy. And I do still think he can beat Crizzle, but yeah, it's so tough to say, but I'm super excited for that show. But apologies for anyone who doesn't follow along with the bodybuilding. But that is another day ticked off. We are 4 weeks and 1 day out. Another vlog completed, another successful day. All boxes ticked as usual. High day completed, and that is all. I'm going to chill out, rest. This is exactly how you get 90 plus sleep score on the Aura Ring every single night. Got some bro chat on upstairs. Life is goddamn peak. Life is good. Perspective is everything. Have a good day whenever you're watching this. Have a good morning, have a good evening, have a good night. If you train today, hope you had a good session. I appreciate the support as always. I appreciate you watching, and I shall see you in the next vlog. And the road to WNBF Worlds out in LA continues. Good night.